Hello, all. Welcome back to Melanin Madam. Come on in. Hopefully, you're having a great beginning to your week and ready to have an amazing week. I'm ready for it to already be the weekend. Kick up your feet, take off your bra, unloosen that wig, take that wig off. I don't know how y'all wear wigs, it's too hot. Get some water, hydrate, roll something up, pour a drink. I'll have our co host introduce herself and then we will get started.
Hi, everybody, and it's Rose, and happy Taco Tuesday.
Happy Taco Tuesday. Did you happen to have any form of a taco today?
No, but I have some downstairs. Actually, I just didn't eat nothing yet.
Oh, okay. I'm like, why is it downstairs? Are you doing what I did last time?
Yeah.
Oh, my lantern. Okay, so tonight our topics are going to be about honorary degrees and also I think they're getting a little bit out of hand with the honorary degrees. And then as well, the talk around getting honorary memberships to D9 organizations. So we're going to talk about what that looks like as well. And then to break the ice and while we're waiting for people to come in, of course, we always have a hot topic. And it is one that actually fits into tonight's show, the standards for Black women. Happy Juneteenth. We celebrate all month. I'm just saying, should celebrate all year, every day. So I have on a mixture of things. I'm wearing my crown because I'm royalty. I got on my pearls because I'm official D9. And then I also have on my tribal print dress because I don't really get to get dressed. I work from home. So I look for opportunities to wear my stuff. So the balloon popping show. Did you see the last one? Don't roll your, how you gonna roll your eyes at me?
Girl, they get on my nerves with that. They get on my nerves with that thing. Like, I think they do, the men on there do that. The men are more dramatic than the females, and I think they say stuff for shock value. Like, it has to be, because the stuff they say be so stupid.
So, in honor of being not so unstupid, let's hear what the latest is. Let's see. I'm going to play it right now, and then we will have discussion about it.
This girl was rejected because she looks like a black Barbie doll.
𝒂𝒏.
𝒂𝒏, how old are you?
I am 32.
32. Okay. And what do you do?
I am a business owner of 7 years. I'm a lash instructor. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And now, what are some things you look for in a man?
Definitely a great work ethic, consistent, a lover of art, whether it's like music, creativity, painting, anything.
Okay.
Yeah, and someone that's just emotionally available.
Okay. And now, what are some of your deal breakers?
The only thing would be like a pessimist and cat owners.
Okay. All right. So we did get a few pop balloons. Let's go ahead and go on over to these guys and see why they ended up popping.
Okay.
Let's start right here. All right. If we can have your name and age and why you ended up popping your balloon.
My name's Eric, and I am 38. And the reason I popped it is I don't like heavy eyelashes, and there's something going on with, I feel like the left one is just so heavy, it's hard for you to keep your eyes open or something.
Oh, okay.
There's something, yeah, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go over to our next guy here. Absolutely. We can have your name and age and why you ended up popping.
Yeah, Priest, 33, and you look like a black Barbie doll.
Thank you.
I ain't got enough money to afford you.
Have your name and age and why you ended up popping your balloon.
My name is Reginald, I'm 33 years old. I popped my balloon because I can see through your shirt.
My name's Ernesto. I'm 31 years old, and you're very beautiful.
Thank you.
Black Barbie, physically, definitely 10 out of 10. But just the first impression, because, you have to go off of first impressions. You seem very business-minded right now, and, I'm looking at the age where I need a woman that maybe has one thing going on with business and then has more time to kind of develop a family. I'm just going off of first impressions.
Yeah.
But you're very beautiful. And
So my question is, when a woman is established, we've said it before, they look at you and they almost, it's a no. That proved it. Y'all, I didn't cut, the only thing that I cut out was her saying back if she would have dated them. Those were, each of them literally gave one reason. What I will commend them for is that whatever the reason, they got straight to the point. And most of them, it was because she wasn't She was out of their league and what they were looking for. So I at least do appreciate that. It wasn't anything disrespectful, distasteful, anything like that. What do you think about those reasons? How would you feel if that was you?
All of them was stupid except for the second man that said that basically she was out of his bracket because he didn't have enough money for her. That's the only one I respected his answer. He was the only one that gave a general legit answer. Everybody else was on some stupid stuff. Her eyelashes. She didn't even have thick eyelashes. He could see her. He said
it looked like it's hard for her to blink. Did he really say that on with that trench coat in the summer?
I went back to look at her eyelashes. I was like, her eyelashes look regular. Then
I did too.
And that she had on a see-through shirt, like.
Yeah, he said that if you see me, you know, I'm in line with Christ. This isn't just a necklace for no reason.
All of them had stupid reasons.
The stomach part was what was sheer.
To me, I'm glad all of them did that because she dodged a bullet. None of them was up to her standards. They were beneath her.
I'm very glad that they did.
Yeah.
That's why I say at least they weren't disrespectful and they got straight to the point. But damn, over half of them popped the balloon when all she did was said that she was established.
Yep.
That's not right. That I can't. That had to be staged. They had to pick people
That's what I'm saying. They do stuff for shock value. It's no way in this world. If all y'all men feel like this, then y'all gay. Period. Point blank. Y'all don't like women. Y'all don't like women because y'all picking up the stupidest things of the reasons why you don't like women. Like y'all picking the stupidest things. Now I could see if that girl had on them thick eyelashes that look like brooms that some of the girls.
But bro, you could take eyelashes off if that's something. That's a reason why you wouldn't.
But that's what I'm saying. I could see if she had that and he was like, I don't like those eyelashes because if you wear those, if you have them on there, most likely you wearing those because you think that they're cute. So I could see them saying that. Nothing else that I could see. Oh, you too established. I don't want no woman that has that much going on in their life in this part of my life.
But the reality is they don't. But here's the part where that one is not fair. So I specifically kept that one in as well because here's where that's unfair. For someone to say, that was me at once. And that answer was very offensive because it's like, do y'all expect us to sit here and wait for you? I don't understand. So while I have idle time, then if she out there doing too much and partying, then you don't respect her because she out there doing too much. But if she is working on goals, getting things out of the way so that when her partner comes, she is ready to have a family and to be able to enjoy it, then you get dinged for it too. I don't know if you could slow down. Did you ask? Like, I don't understand. If I have free time, I'm supposed to do things with it, number one. Number two, if I'm taking care of an entire household by myself, that's different than if you have a partner and some of that is lifted off of you. You damned if you do and you damned if you don't as a Black woman. Well, let me just say, that's another reason why, leading into our topics, some of these recent honorary things are offensive to people. So I want you to give your perspective. I want you to tell them what you told me because it's fair. It's fair to ask those questions when you don't know. That you didn't, basically why you didn't understand why people were outraged. Start with Fantasia, why they were outraged about the honorary.
So I was saying that I didn't understand why they was outraged about Fantasia. So Fantasia put up a video. A video was put up about Fantasia. She was doing a concert in her hometown. I think she got a street.
You want me to show it?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Look, yeah, show it.
Okay. I'll show a little bit for you so that people will know what you're talking about, and then you can do it.
Okay.
Here you go.
Here we go. Come on. Go on out and get busy. Let's go.
Now, caveat, if you catch this after the live, I may have to remove that because it has the music in it. If you caught it live, you're welcome. Okay, narrow. Go ahead.
So in the comments, I didn't understand why people were so mad, like, oh, how was she able to be from sorority and she didn't even graduate from high school and stuff like that. So I was just like, well, why are they mad at her? Like, I know that she got a GED because I know that she's in college. So I didn't understand why people was mad, because I know that people can pledge, if I'm saying it right, they can pledge for a sorority after they finish college and everything. So I didn't understand why they were so mad. I'm like, you know me, I'm like, what y'all fake mad about today? So
Right.
I'm looking at all the comments, like, I don't understand why they so mad. Like, she's in a sorority, like, and she's in college now. Like, it's a lot of women that do that now. So I didn't understand their outrage. And then Asia explained it to me, and I was like, oh, I didn't.
So it may be other people that don't know. So
Yeah,
let's follow the steps. So when it's very interesting that in social media, and when, first of all, let me make sure I make it clear. I am speaking as somebody a part of D9 on my own. I do not represent my sorority, and I do not speak on behalf of them. This is my personal opinion based on my experience. So I need to say that first. But for me, I walk down a path when I think about things, right? Would I be mad if that was me? I can honestly say when it was announced that she was an honorary member, I was like, what just happened? Because there are things that you need to do to become a member. No different than, I think when you're able to correlate things, people absorb it better, right? So if your coworker came in and it was a 19-year-old and they became an RN, no school, no nothing, but they just became one, you wouldn't be okay with that. If somebody walked into your house and took it over, you wouldn't be okay with that. If you don't do the work in some form or fashion, it doesn't make sense. If you don't meet the requirements, it doesn't make sense, especially and unfortunately in a Black space. This is a video that I pulled because this video is of one of the other sororities, and they're strolling, and in their comments is, again, why are people so mad? You guys don't own this, you guys don't own that. Well, we do. We own our own music. So if you're going to do these things, why aren't you doing it with your stuff? Nobody likes an imposter, and it's kind of disrespectful. And then there's a second part to that. So this is what makes us mad, and we're in the comments about it. So I kind of don't understand how people don't correlate, but it's okay. I don't correlate everything all the time either. Whole thing, because I just got on my nerves.
Wait, I'm trying to figure out, well, it's a little Hispanic sorority, right?
Mm-hmm. But why can't you do things your way? Why do you have to keep taking our culture? Why can't you create your own?
Well, yeah, that I can understand why people mad, but it's kind of like a flattering thing, because I don't know. You know me.
Is it really? Because I think it's actually disrespectful. I do. And this is the reason why, because of the attention that certain things receive. Good example. If you see, not Chris Brown. If you see a Black man dancing, it's like, oh my God, he could dance. But if a white man does that same dance, oh, you invited to the cookout. Oh my God. Please explain why. I don't understand why. They get more attention because they can do what we can do. Now that doesn't make any sense to me. That's me. That may be why some other people are not exactly out there either. But then the second and most important part is the work that we do as D9. You probably rarely will see me stroll. Can I stroll? Yeah. Do I stroll? Yeah. But most of my work is work. I don't mean throwing money at something. I don't mean leveraging somebody's celebrity, but this is very interesting when I look to see, because we talked about it, if Fantasia indeed had her degree, because now it's rumored, oh, she's in school. So then Ro and I talked about it, and I said, well, Ro, I could see if she's in school. And by the way, you guys, yes, Fantasia is an honorary Sigma Ro, but I'm talking twin. I'm not going to call you Ro, twin. We talked about it, and I said, she was like, well, can't you gain membership when you're in college? And I said, yeah. And so she was like, if that's the case, she's in college. And I was like, okay, let me find that.
Look, I'm being team Fantasia. I'm like, she in
No.
college. I don't understand why they mean.
No, you're right. No, those are good questions. They are good questions. And for me, I love Fantasia. I think that what she is doing is amazing. I think that in some respects, she could have earned this later, but she has not earned it. She hasn't, because she had a high school diploma. She didn't have a college degree, nor was she in college. But here's where it took a plot twist for me. And so this is my personal thing. And that's why everybody has their own personal opinion. Hell, it's done now. But it championed her to enroll in college. So now she's enrolled in college. So if it got her there, then great. But this is where my other problem was. So one, it is confirmed that she does not hold a degree, nor was she enrolled. She enrolled in 2023. She was already an honorary member in 2022. They should have at least made her do that first. They should have sat down with her and had a conversation. This is something we want to present to you. This is how we think it could roll out. And this is how we think it could be beneficial to young girls in our communities who do struggle with things like this. She would have been an amazing poster child if they rolled it out the right way versus trying to get attention to your sorority. The second thing for me was in her announcement, they talked about the president. There were no accolades. There were no things that she's done. There's no investments that she's made. They talked about the organization itself and it being their centennial celebration. Why is her picture there? Why is it about Fantasia? So when we think about the work that D9 does, and I'm pretty sure the sororities do too, but the work that you do, you're on the ground. You can't just write. Well, you could do whatever you want to, but
Hey, that's
writing
not
checks.
Fantasia's picture.
Huh?
You said why was Fantasia picture on there?
Why wouldn't it be on there?
Oh, you said why wouldn't it be?
Yes, that's the announcement for Fantasia being the honorary member, but it's talking about the president. It's not talking about Fantasia. So when you look for the work that she's done, there is none. So when people are upset that you're strolling, that's not what we do. What we do is work. So where are the accolades of the work she's done? Where have you gone back to a school and talked? Where have you donated books? Where have you built a school? Where have you cleaned up a park? What have you done? Because
did you look and see if she's done anything since she's been an honorary member? Did she ever did nothing? Or they haven't just said she did nothing?
Oh, they would say it if she did. You want to know why they would say it? They would want those photo ops.
Oh.
They would want it there, but they're not there because they don't exist. That's why. Because guess what? When they talk about sororities and fraternities, they talk about it so badly. The ones that do talk bad, when it's us doing something, it's very interesting that it's all of these bad things. Well, all you do is this. Well, y'all don't do nothing. Y'all don't give back. Who don't give back? Scholarships, all that. Man, listen, I'm tired right now. We in recovery right now because the sorority year is on break. And some of us still work. Even when we're not working, we're working. You have to give back. We as people, as brown people, which is why I'm glad this came up for Juneteenth month. You can march all you want to. You can put on a pretty shirt. You can take a picture. You can stroll. You can you can have fun. If you don't do anything, what happens? What actually happens? You have to do something for it. So in that respect, I do understand why people are saying it. I do. So that offers the context for me. Now, in true bragging fashion, let me show you what I mean. And I'm sure that there are others, but I don't have the time, nor do I care to. But for Delta, let's take a look at what our honorary members look like and what they should look like. A former CEO of BET. You have paved the way. You have broken ground. You have given back. You have done all of these amazing things in our space for us. CEO of technology. WNBA player. And an ambassador. Those are people that have earned an honorary membership. Because, baby, one of the people we had, I think we have Secretary of Defense as well. Secretary of Defense is a Black woman, and she is an honorary member of Delta. That's what it should look like, because those are people that have done things, so it's the equivalent of what would have been required. But to be fair, all of those people have their degrees.
Okay, so I have a question. So is there a difference, like, you know how people pledge when they end college versus the people that pledge out of college? Do they have to go through the same things as far as pledge wise?
For membership intake? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, a good example of that. Okay, so Quad became a Delta. You got to see that Quad was like, I don't want to be an honorary member. I want to go through the process. Quad does things. Quad hit the ground. Quad wanted the full experience of what that looked like. So you don't have to take an honorary membership, especially when it's just not right. I just don't think that you should, because that is the outline for what that organization looks like. That's the outline for what that college looks like. And that ends up being the focus versus what their attributes are and why, and making us stand out even more. So to be fair, we're all looking for people that have done amazing things, because it brings attention to what we are trying to do. And let's just be fair, HBCUs and Black spaces, we're still building what those look like. We don't want to give ammunition to people for them to be able to say anything to us, because out of everybody, and you said it before, oh, they're going to be fake mad in our space, but that could be the same thing happening somewhere else and nobody will say a word. And it's like, how come every time it's us, we're scrutinized to the highest standards, stuff that's not even true, and they take no time to even look for it. People just start saying stuff, and then you got to defend it. I don't like it. I personally don't, and I wouldn't. So for the comments that you saw, what are the comments? Some of the comments that you saw on social media in the space of the honorary membership to 𝒂𝒏 for Fantasia?
They was just mad because they was like, she didn't earn it. And that's when I knew that, well, I think I did know Fantasia didn't finish high school. So they was like, she didn't even finish high school. Like, how is she a member of a sorority and being able to pledge or anything if she didn't finish high school? But then I'm like, dang, I know she got a GED. So basically, I'm like, dang.
Well, because they worded it wrong, right? I think that, well, what they were getting at is, if she didn't finish high school, how could she have gone to college?
No, they were saying that she didn't finish high school, so how was she in a sorority, basically? But I'm saying to myself, like, I know she got a GED, because I remember when she got it, she had talked about it. So and then I remember her saying she was in college, but I didn't know it was afterwards. You know, I didn't know how it worked. So they was basically saying, how was she able to do that? And she didn't graduate from high school, and they giving away all these honorary things, and the people not working for it. It's not fair. So they was just saying that, but most of the people were saying, like, she didn't even finish high school.
Well, that's not true. She did finish. And what I don't like in our space is that when we don't like things, people go into attack mode. Like,
they mean, they real mean.
Because that was mean. I even saw when it first came out things like, can she even read, things like that? And that's not right. If you don't truly follow the person, or at least take enough time to look, then how are you speaking with so much in your voice? Like, dang.
Nobody, you don't never hear her name in the news for nothing negative or anything. So I guess that's probably why I was mad too, because I'm like, dang, y'all mad because she pledging? Like, and really they was mad because she was up there dancing too. Like, every time you see her, she always dancing. That's why I was like, gosh,
you didn't understand why that mattered.
Yeah, I did not understand. So I just was just like, why is everybody always mad about something? When it comes to us Black people, it just seemed like us Black people, we are the number one people that tear each other down. Like, the other races don't have to do it because we gonna do it. And I hate that.
I agree, because we both know when I first saw that, I think I called you right away. I text Winna and I text my sister Eb, and I was like, what is this? I was like, so they just giving them away now, huh? And I think hers was announced, and then the next week, AKA announced Erica Campbell, Patti LaBelle.
See, I didn't even See that?
Girl, and here was the thing.
Patti LaBelle would be an AKA. She don't give me AKA vibes.
Check me either. But I don't know. I can't say anything about AKA because my cousin is an AKA and I love her, so I can't say nothing.
She just don't seem like a.
We judge each other so harshly. No, she doesn't. She seems like she would have been a Delta.
And Giovanna, I said that I wish Asia would have asked me this. Yes, we would have talked about this yesterday because I would have talked to you while we was at Burlington about it.
Then we could have planned for her to be on the show. I was like, let me text her so she could show up so Twin could see her. So surprise. But I wouldn't have seen her as that either, but it also speaks to the degree in which people are sought, right? Kamala Harris, she was a honorary AKA. I think the standard.
Honorary?
I'm sorry, she's an AKA. No, she's a regular AKA. Who was it? It was somebody. I can't think of the last person that one of them actually made sense that was honorary at the same time as the rest of them. But I was thinking to myself, see how I put stuff out of my head so I don't talk mess. But I remember thinking, I wouldn't want my name with their names. Not like that, but like that. Look, when you work hard for some shit and you got student loans and you got all this stuff, you do all this work, and the other people don't match. You like, what?
Because I'm still confused.
No, not what you.
Okay, so Fantasia, her being the honorary one, do they just give that to her, or she don't got to pay to be in it or nothing? That's what I don't understand. Like, dude, when people
they do just give it to you. Yeah, they just give it.
Okay, so Fantasia.
So you're asking if you go through the process?
Yeah.
No.
They just give it to you.
Correct. It don't bother me at all. That's their sorority business. If Fantasia met their criteria, then more power to her. Let her be excited. I mind my Delta business.
And that's how I feel. I'm telling you, I was mad. I was so mad at the people in the comments. I really was so
because the comments were dirty as heck.
They were so mean. I'm like, dang, she can't get up and have fun and do her little chop. Like, I just didn't understand. And then I was just like, I don't understand what's the big deal about it. Like, I literally did not understand.
Well, I could understand the big deal about it, but what I don't like is who did I say that I reached out to? I reached out to you, and I reached out to two of my sisters who actually happen to be my specialists and my sorors. That wasn't needed to be said in public. How I feel personally or how I see it personally, if it's not good, why do I have to say that to her? That's not nice.
And then
but it wasn't that bad.
Made it to where I understood, because I'm like, I'm not understanding why they were so mad about it. Like, I really did not understand. I didn't know the difference between it. I did not know that it was like, I mean, I still can understand why they mad, but it's.
I don't think I could be mad though. Even as well, let me just say this. I haven't been mad. I don't understand where the mad part comes in. Like,
I think they mad because they, in the comments, they were saying they just gave it to her. Like, she just got it. And
every honorary person they just give it to.
Yeah, that's what you explained to me. So that's why I was saying I didn't understand the difference. Like, I just didn't understand why everybody was so mad. So that's why I was like, I needed to understand the difference between honorary, you getting it when you adulting out after school, versus you getting it while you in college. I just didn't understand.
Those are the same. Yeah, those are the same.
I didn't understand.
Different sacrifices were made. Well, that's kind of the problem. So as far as what can be seen, there were no sacrifices made. There were no initiatives to go towards that. Where I named somebody completely different. Even Erica Campbell, I would say for her, I'm trying to think of other celebrities that are not so much into spaces as somebody that it would be obvious. But for her, obviously she's gospel. That's giving back in itself. She does a lot of work. She is on the ground. She's at different things and they can be verified. So I can kind of see where that one is. Patti LaBelle as well. I could see where that one would come from. I could see the questioning of how Fantasia got to it.
Patti LaBelle was not doing nothing.
Patti LaBelle is amazing in music.
She ain't. That's not giving back. So if I knew how to sing, that's giving back.
She's done different charity events and everything. Google her.
I don't know.
Yeah, Google her.
They need to
She
have the
has.
same outrage for everybody. They shouldn't just pick and choose because, well, like you said, if Fantasia did something,
The primary thing for her is no formal education. That's the primary thing for her that I would think.
Well, we'll see if more people
based on the comments.
Maybe with Patty giving out.
I don't know. That is
I
all I
feel
could
bad
do
for
is
Fantasia.
try to guess what people think based on the comments that we have seen. This is not my personal opinion.
I just feel bad for her, but
I do,
glad that
because I feel like she
made
gets
her
beat up
wanna
at every
go
turn.
back. Yeah, I'm glad that it made her want to go back and get her degree.
I am.
At least it did that.
Yeah.
And I hope that she don't let people deter her from doing something because she looking at the comments and evil stuff that people say. Like
I will agree.
That doesn't stop her.
I will agree all day long. It doesn't make any sense. Here's the other thing for this part, and then we'll move on to the honorary degree that Sharee Whitmore got. But for me, this is how I think about things. Okay, so I'm a Delta, and I talk about sisterhood. I talk about being together. I talking about giving back, love, God, all of these things, right? Then when something happens that I don't agree with, I talk to a person like they ain't nothing. To me, it shows the character of some of those people. Because when I look at some of the things them people say, I'm like, y'all mad, man. Like, she took something from you. Like, why are you so mad at this girl? It's not like they gave it to Suki. Like,
girl,
dang. Y'all
I guess
acting
they
like
probably thinking she next. The way they was acting, you would think that she was next. I was like,
yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, it was a lot. I stopped looking at the comments for her because it makes me sad. It does, because if you know her story, she's had things at every twist and turn, and I feel like I said, it did end up being a good thing. It made her want to go back to school, to me, it showed the power of Black people being together. If Black women surrounding her made her want to go back to school, then it turned out to be a good thing. Do I understand I don't know what their criteria is. So I can't, that's why I keep saying if. I don't know what theirs is, but I would think it would have to be education, but I don't know. I don't know, but I don't think it should make you mad.
She give it back to the community through college because all the college kids sing her songs. Especially the boys basketball team. They singing it louder than the girls. So that's her giving back. So y'all leave Fantasia alone. They sing it when I sing you louder than us. That's her giving back.
Sometimes I can't find the words. She's a prime example of turning negative into a positive. Yes, she really is. She really is. She really is. And if that was their whole motive behind the scenes, I wish they would have rolled it out that way. I really do. I wish they would have rolled it out that way.
That's probably why they would give her honorary.
Could be, but again, you see the article of when they was announcing her. Put that in, like, we don't big up our people enough either, and we don't position things accurately. Like the PR part and the business part of things is just totally going by the wayside. To me, get in front of a problem. If you knew that she didn't have a college education, and I don't see it not being a requirement. So if you know that, then get ahead of it. Make the promotion be there. When it rolls out, let it be there. Position it that way. Tell what the outcome is, what the intended goal is. Why not get ahead of that for her? To me, they kind of left her out there to dry. The rollout was horrible. They kind of, I don't see how they didn't think of it though. Anyway, yeah, congratulations, Fantasia. Now this next one, please forgive me in advance. I promise to try to watch my words as much as possible, because Okay, so here's my caveat. I don't beat down people that's not mean, but when people is mean, sometimes they deserve the energy that they gave back. If the deltas have different criteria that she did not meet, then oh well, just keep pursuing those who do. But if she meets the criteria of another organization, then good for her. Snotty, do you think that college is in all of the requirements though? I don't know. And it's
So
not a
yeah,
delta.
maybe our requirements are
It's
different
not a
for
deltas
each
versus
one.
sigma rho thing, because I know for sure AKA is the same way. And in looking,
Giovanna, are you still on the line? Maybe Giovanna can tell us the criteria.
Giovanna,
Still on here. She could tell us because
on the
that's
spot, what's the criteria?
Yeah, she's on here.
Tell us what the criteria is. But no, it's while this is up on the screen, I want to make it very clear, this ain't a deltas against nobody. I'm only concerned about me, but this is the topic for right now. And because I looked at the other mission statements and things like that, and they all seem to be the same, but you just never know. And the only part, for the purposes of conversation and those people that are mean, good for them ain't gonna never work. It's just not. When you have things out and they're public and you bring attention to it, it comes with the good and the bad. That's why I just really wish they would have rolled it out a little bit better so that they could have got ahead of those things, especially when you're somebody that's really famous and your story starts with, you know, not being able to read, and then some other things that it is a couple of other things, but for the purposes that I like her, they don't need to be said, but there are some other things. She just be catching heat. Okay, so for the next one. Okay, Ro could talk about this one mostly. Okay, so oh my gosh, I can't. Okay, so let's see. There was an honorary doctorate given to somebody, and oh, it's in a thumbnail. So Sharee Whitmore got her second honorary doctorate. It's for business entrepreneurship. It's for business entrepreneurship. And here's my question. I don't know what college gave it to her, because I don't want to have to keep putting something on the screen and that college come for me. I don't know what college it was, but I do know that here's an article that I found. Let's take a look at what honorary hold on. Yeah. Baby, it's the honorary doctorate for me. It's the honorary doctorate for me.
They give those out like hotcakes.
Look, Ro.
And when they get mad, they taking them back.
So look, this is what I did look up. Like, what are some of the things that an honorary degree gets you? It's this one, unlike being an honorary member of an organization where you are involved, this is more the first thing that they tell you to do, which is something that's interesting that kind of upset people, is Sharee automatically changed her title to doctor. And that's inappropriate.
Right.
So when I saw that, I thought that that would be great for Ro. Here's the thing. The degree is often conferred as a way of honoring a distinguished visitor's contributions to a specific field or society in general. Honorary doctorates are purely title or degrees in that they confer no rights on the recipient and carry with them no formal academic qualifications. As such, it is always expected that such degrees be listed in one's curriculum vitae, CV, as an award. So on your resume, that's basically what that is. On your resume as as an award, not under education. So, oh Lord have mercy. Okay, so I want to take a look at something really quickly, because in her business, there's a couple of things that stand out for me and reasons why I don't understand how she got this. Number one, 𝒀𝒏𝒆𝒅 in front of everybody took 32,000 years to launch. When it did launch, this was her answer in an interview about explaining why the price of her items are so high. We're also doing a lot of customizations, meaning puff prints, stitching, embroidery, all of that. I am really putting a lot into this, and I need people to know that.
Lies.
Even if that was the truth.
But it's a lie.
Right. Okay. So I think that when you look at Sharee, do you see business, entrepreneur, esteemed? When we've seen her reactions on the show as it relates to dealing with people, do you see executive, anything like that?
I can see entrepreneurship, yes, because I do know that she's been wanting 𝒀𝒏𝒆𝒅 for a long time, and
enough to get a doctorate.
No, I'm just saying what you said. I'm answering that question.
Okay.
I can see that part, and I mean, in that part, said now if they had her in a school for people that wanted to be designers or something, yeah, but for a doctorate, no. Other than that, no, Sharee doesn't give off any of that. She doesn't give off anything like that. She's saying that they doing everything was organic. The same makers that was doing her clothes are the same makers for Shein. So it's no reason for your stuff to be $182 when I can literally go on Shein and get that same outfit for $12, Sharee. It's the same material and everything. You're taking off their tag and putting on your tag, 𝒀𝒏𝒆𝒅. But like they said, maybe she paid for it or something so she could get it, because she didn't got two of them. So I don't know. Sharee is really, she could be really mean-spirited, but sometimes I feel like you have to be like that in the places that they are in, just, reality TV. But I don't know, girl. I just feel like she shouldn't have got that. I feel like she shouldn't have. And then this is your second one.
So not a loaner doctorate.
I can get one in. Hell.
What is a loaner doctorate? So I cannot. Like costume jewelry.
Exactly. And then they up here, I want to thank Jesus and all that stuff. Well, first,
y'all, she put on a full cap and gown.
Giving honor to God, who is the head of my life. I want to thank God for blessing me to get this doctorate degree. In all things, give thanks.
I want one too. In real life, I've been trying to figure out how to get one because I don't want to go back to school. But if that's the title I want, I'm going to have to go back.
Yeah, y'all praising God and everything like y'all really went to school or something. Girl, tell them people thank you for that and sit down.
So what were the comments? Okay, so last night.
Oh, Sharee, they went in on her.
They went in so bad. But here.
Oh, you can go.
No, go ahead.
No, I didn't. That's my first time knowing that she didn't even graduate from high school, reading that. So the fact that this is not her first, but her second one, people was like, how did she even get a first one? And she never even graduated from high school.
And what was the first one in?
A slap in the face. Like, it's a slap in the face for people that actually put in the time, the effort, the school, the money, and everything to really get a doctorate degree. And y'all giving it out to people that didn't even finish high school. Now, those people, I understood them wholeheartedly. Because I'm like, that is a slap in the face. And then not one, but two. And then they acting like they real doctors now. Like, girl, go sit down.
She can't formulate a complete, articulate, and professional sentence based on what we've seen on the show. When
Spring,
she
winter,
sat in
fall.
boardrooms to talk to people about business, instead of responding in an appropriate way, she going back and forth. Remember, she even got in the arguing match, and what was it? Like even
Who gonna
grunting
check me,
back and
boo?
making noises. Remember the guy that she was arguing
The
with?
one that she said, "Who gonna check me, boo?" That's the
Yeah,
one
who
she
gonna
said.
check me, boo? Is that what you really say in a boardroom? That's how you want to present yourself for your business part? I don't understand that piece. It doesn't make sense for me. Um, and it doesn't correlate to having a doctorate. I don't understand how that was permitted at all, period, whatsoever.
At all.
And when you get into things that people that have gotten there have invested in, you're going to get ripped apart. It's just going to happen. So get ready for it to come. And how you present it is also going to get you torn apart. So Q did his show last night. And,
Oh, Lord.
not only is he a part of D9,
I didn't see it.
so not only is he a part of D9, so when that kind of stuff happens, he goes in. He's also formally educated. So, he was like, I think you should have just took your little piece of paper, because yours is a little piece of paper, and you should have sat down somewhere. That is an insult that would have made more sense if it went to a Candy Boris or somebody like that who has actually accomplished things, not at the beginning stages of something. She's actually accomplished things, taking people with her, open doors, definitely expanded the scope of her business and her business acumen. That really, really matters. And social media is really making people believe they are what they're not. And I can't believe these institutions is following suit. I don't even want to know what institution it is. I really don't. I didn't
You
look
can be
on
whatever
purpose.
you want on social media now. You can be literally whatever you want. Living life.
But how can an institution, an educational institution that is charging so many thousands of dollars for somebody to go for 1 year? The whole degree is not what we're talking about. You didn't even go for 1 year. You didn't even apply knowledge at all. And here's where the insult to injury is for the rest of us. Like I said, Maya Angelou, no degree at all. It is not a question why she has doctor in front of her name. It's not a question at all.
Right.
But in that space, if that's something you wanted and a goal that you wanted to obtain, nothing in your career path, nothing in what you have done, nothing in how you have leveraged your celebrity and being on that show has equated to somebody who wanted that at all. So in that regard, you didn't work for it. I could see exactly why people would say you didn't work for it, because the work could be anything. Knowledge is knowledge.
Marlo could have got that before Sharee.
So Q said Marlo as well. He was like, if it was fashion or
now just think, I
marketing,
and I'm like, Marlo could have got that before Sharee.
He actually mentioned her. He said Marlo as well. There, when you look at the bigger scheme of things, how we represent ourselves in every facet, in every position, in every space is so important. It really is. And some things it's okay to say no to, or some things get it behind the scenes and live up to that standard and then talk about it.
She must be paying him or something, because I don't understand how she even got.
Can you pay for an honorary doctorate?
I probably, because how are y'all?
If you make a huge contribution, you mean like that?
Maybe.
Oh.
Because I don't understand how she got it. Even with Pretty V, how did you get that? You ain't even
Who
been
is
out
Pretty
that long.
V? Wait, let's read. Right. When Forbes pulled that fast move, calling people billionaires, shaking my head, I knew it was all smoke and mirrors. That is an amazing example. So when they tried to put Rihanna up against Kylie and saying self-made and all of that, Kylie, we talked about this before on a previous show. Kylie has done an amazing job. I tip my hat to that young lady as well, because like we say, you could put somebody in a seat, what they do in that seat and how they keep it. That's a perfect example, because Sharee was given a seat. What has she done since she's been in that seat?
Nothing.
But you cannot ever compare her to a Candy Boris who worked that seat. You get what? So, but that's a perfect example. Two people that did something, but even in those, People was mad that they tried to take something for Rihanna, but they still wasn't going completely in on Kylie because her track record, her hard work,
She
so
still did
young,
it.
it still
Yeah.
was there. That's a great, thank you so much. That is a perfect example of what we were trying to say. That is a good example. That's a really good example.
You were saying who is Pretty V? Pretty V
Yes.
is the comedian, the Instagram comedian. She's on Wildin' Out.
I don't know who that.
She was one of
but she got an honor. What did she get an honorary degree for?
I sent it to you. Let me see what she got hers for. But she's on Wildin' Out. She's a content creator. Mm-hmm. She's been out for like a few years, but not like you said. What have they done? Let me see what Pretty V got hers for.
And you know, there are some people that are leveraging marketing techniques at this point because they are doing all of these things on the back end, but the way that things are now, it's kind of sad that if things go viral and you have a social media presence and things like that, it does sometimes take the place of what you've done with your heart and soul. Example, I started with my nonprofit. That space, I had to switch over. I had to start putting more time into this space because through gaining supporters and things like this in this space, it allows me to fund the other business and bring the attention over there. It's very sad, but we were Rose Twin was talking about that earlier. The things that get attention, you know, if nothing else, why when somebody looked at Fantasia being because her posts are not honorary like Sharee's post, why couldn't people just look at that and be happy that she was happy? Be happy that she pulled one of her stars on stage with her and it wasn't just about her. I will say she's very engaged with her stars, and that could open doors for them too. That could. But if it's something bad, then everybody's okay with it. So again, what in the hell is wrong with us?
Really, they want to be fake mad all the time. That's what I'm saying. If it's something positive, people, oh, why you posted it? Why you gotta post it if you really meant it from your heart? But y'all can post fights all day. Y'all posting people unaliving people. Y'all don't say none of that stuff. People get it, just all kind of horrible
story times of cheating, story times of all these bad things.
Say, why are y'all doing that? Y'all making these people rich off their views. But if somebody does something nice and heartfelt, oh, if you really meant that from your heart, why you gotta record it?
Because at this point we need it. Our timelines, I would have thought that way before, and I still do, because God does say don't let the right hand know what the left hand is doing, but he also said for us to lead and be good stewards. And if social media is the way that it looks now, we need something to counterbalance that. All of the negative, I like tuning in and being able to see good things on my timeline as long as the person doesn't look uncomfortable. I don't like it when they showing the person like taking it from their hand, or certain things aren't a trigger for me, but I don't have to say anything. That's a me thing. That's not an everybody thing. So
but just like certain things that I feel like is a trigger, people's unaliving people and all that, and they don't care.
Very much so.
Everybody, they get fake. Like I said, you be fake. Everybody be fake mad about something every damn day. They fake mad about something. They gonna be mad about it. Even with the Fantasia thing, they'll probably be mad for a couple of weeks, and then after that, they're gonna be out there singing "When I See You" right with Fantasia when they come on in the club or somewhere. They just gonna be mad for a little bit, but it literally makes no sense.
So let me just tell you something.
Degrees, they really need to stop, because the people that are actually putting the work in for it, it's a slap in the face. It actually is a slap in the face.
Until Fantasia gets a degree, they're not gonna let up. They're not.
You think so? Well,
I know so.
Let's bookmark this and come back and
let's bookmark it and come back. Here's they're going to, because again, if we only post when we stroll, dancing, or partying, that's the representation for that space. That's one of the number one things that people say to us that's bad. So the fact that for her right now, there isn't anything else out there like, oh, look at her in Africa, or oh, look at her at a park cleaning up, or look at her at this charity event. It's nothing to counterbalance it right now. So it looks like it's a party, which is the representation that some people have of us and where we get talked about a lot. So I could see that being there.
Show. She was at her show.
Don't care. You didn't have to do it at your show.
Look,
You didn't do it before you was a role. I didn't say, listen, all I'm telling you is, baby girl, if you want that to stop, then you gotta counterbalance it with
I was her,
stuff.
I wouldn't even do it no more then. Like, if it's
no, you still do it. You don't let nobody take a damn thing from you. What I'm saying is,
if that's the case, I wouldn't show them me doing my stroll no more. I just wouldn't do it no more until I got everything that I needed to do. Maybe after this, after all the backlash, maybe they'll tell her other stuff that she can do where it won't look so bad. Because she's literally out there having fun. They're singing her song and she just started dancing it. But I don't know. You know, I always be seeing both sides of the story.
Oh, I definitely see both sides, but because I care about her, I like her. And she's not going to, she can't take a break from social media. That's her job. She's proud to be a role, so she's going to keep doing that. But if you want your comments to look better, then again, when I dug, it's nothing there. At least, I mean, just like you put that out there, put something out there of you studying one time and give, because of them, I went back to school. Just counterbalance it with more things that are of substance. That will help. That will help, because what can you say now that she's in college?
Nothing.
And she already got it. But people, to your point, they're not fake mad. They real mad. They gonna be mad until it happens. And here's the other thing. Don't look at D9 and compare those comments, because people making them comments, that don't mean they D9. They don't have to be anything. And they just following the trend of what people are saying and being mean and throwing daggers as well. Don't put that on us, because some of them I checked, it wasn't somebody that appeared to be D9 at all. And they went in the most, like saying some really mean things, writing whole dissertation paragraphs. And it wasn't us. I don't want that to end up being a reflection on us. I see this being big for a minute, because every time she posts something, they saying something, like almost every time. True actions speak volumes. Block out the haters and have fun. People only talk mess online. So let me tell you. Caveat. There have been people allegedly of the D9 space. They'll say it to your face. So you want to make it's no.
Yeah, a lot of people will say more. I think still more people will say it online than say it to your face. But if you that bold to say something to my face, then be ready for what I'm gonna do after that. My reaction,
point blank, period.
My reaction to you, because people be too rude nowadays, and I tell people all the time, quit giving people passes when they be rude like that. Now, like, you need to put. I was about to cuss. I'm trying to work on me cussing a lot.
Me too.
You need to put MFs in a place. Like, if they come off rude to you, then you need to say that rude shit back to them. So, and then when you do that, it catches them off guard.
Oh, so honey, it'd be the gas for me, like the church lady gas.
Quit doing that shit to people. No, don't do that. So if you come at me, foul, I'm about to come back, and you don't want me to do it, because I'm gonna have you crying, because I know how to cut you deep. I know the worst things to say. People need to start doing that to people nowadays. It'll make them think twice before they say something.
So in a place of sisterhood, we are not supposed to. We are not supposed to do that. So if somebody were to say something to me that is out of line, it doesn't mean you can't speak back. It means you do not just talk to that person like they're somebody on the street. You talk to them appropriately, but you listen. You can put somebody in their place, and when you in particular, it's no different than being in corporate. When you in a certain environment for a while, you learn how to speak back and do it in a way that is fulfilling to you, and they get that you about that life. You do.
And that is true, but it depends on my mood that day, because a lot of times when I'm nice Rashonda and the professional Rashonda, people take advantage of me. So I have to go back to the hood Rashonda. I got to go back to the Pomona Rashonda. And when I do that, then they gasp and like, oh, I didn't know that you can act like that. Because I know how to turn this shit on and off. But when you keep
So in
on
the place
with
of
me,
sisterhood,
no,
what is
I
supposed to happen,
can't get no more.
there have been times that allegedly I have seen or heard of somebody possibly saying something that they shouldn't to somebody, and another soror, because you're usually with together, right? And it's usually somebody that doesn't know you, or they do and they're speaking out of turn. Usually, like if it were me, let's give an example. If somebody were to say something to me and I'm not feeling it that day, what I usually do is I walk in and I let people know. My fans, they know. They know me like the back of their hand. The ones that's on my right and my left, my backbone, they know me. My specials know me because one is winning and we're from the same place. And then one is my sister. And then all of my specials, by the way, have doctorates. I feel like such an underachiever.
I know when I be seeing stuff like not the honorary ones.
Yeah,
like
no, they have real ones.
I see people really out there getting. I be like, dang, I need to go back to school because it really does encourage you. And you
does.
I love it. Not to take anything away from any other races, but I love when I see Black women just excelling. Like it makes me so happy.
It does.
You see, I always post that stuff on my pages.
Yes,
all the Black girls getting a doctor.
It's very empowering.
It's
very, very, very empowering. That's why I wish they would have rolled out that Fantasia one much better. They could have did some
I understand what
stuff with that, and they still can. Damage control. I think they could have did some good stuff with that one. They really could have. Not that hood road. Listen. I would say that
you said that when the people come to you with you at you low in your
right. So a thing of maturity and emotional intelligence is that you know when to control yourself, right? So it is times because you know you're going into this environment. It's kind of like walking into church where you know the church moms is going to be, and it's going to be that one that's going to say something. It's going to be the person that look at you crazy because you're still human. You're still human, period. So I'll let them know I'm not feeling it today. So if something happens, it'll be a Soror Campbell, come here. They'll pull you away from it. And that's how you manage those type of situations.
Well, I need some sorors, or I need to be some sorors or somebody around me because I can't turn away.
Yes, you can. You'll learn. You'll learn. You can. You can. You can and you will. Because number one, you don't want to dishonor yourself. No, you never want to.
I used to know. I'm telling you, I used to could, but I don't know what it is with me now that
you're not in those environments. To your point, what you would think about when you in those environments is the women that have gone before you, the women that are standing next to you, and they've done such amazing things. And in the bigger scheme of everything else, this is such a low-hanging fruit because what I'm paying attention to is what this got me wanting to do. This has me wanting to do this amazing thing. This has me wanting to give back. So you don't really.
I still can do all that. I'm still gonna check you.
Well, I don't think you will. I think you won't even be paying attention to it. Sometimes you don't even hear things the way that people say.
No, I just okay. Let me see. Let me go back to something. I have to think back to some things that have. Wait, sorry, I had to.
You have to go back to working the thing for Little League. You are not an underachiever, sissy. You're a boss. That's why I love my sister. Let's see. Michelle Obama said it. Period. Love the crowns. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
That's my AKA right there.
The last thing that happened to me, last year, and I was ready to go to jail. Like I didn't.
Baby, that's different.
Oh okay.
No, that's different. All we talk
that's about a work environment. But I'm still saying some people was like, "Oh, just leave it alone."
And I wasn't one of those people that said that though. Because one of the things that I was told from the very beginning, even in my desire to become a Delta, is you are you first. you are a woman first, because you can't lose yourself in anything that you do. You can't. You have to still be yourself.
I'm gonna have to work on myself with that, because I feel like my anger is really out of control now. And in a work environment, I know, no, you know what, you are right, because in most situations at work, when we have patients that act out of control and everything, everybody always be like, "I'm gonna send you to Rashonda."
Exactly.
Okay, so that's true.
Because you could differentiate. That doesn't belong to you. You put it over there like, oh, they're not talking to me. They mad at this. Not they're saying it to me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
They send them to me. But I know me, when I get mad in a situation and I just really get hot, it's literally nothing nobody can say to me. Like, my best friends can try to talk me out of it, but once I get that mad and you made me that mad, it's a wrap. Like, I just hate how disrespectful people are, in the audacity they have to say the things to you and then think that you're not gonna say nothing back. That's
that's where I don't understand.
You go low, I'm gonna go to hell, because you got the right one today. You got the right one.
I think we always say what we would or wouldn't do, but in that moment we handle it very gracefully. It's afterwards and playing it back afterwards that we are like, dang, I should have said this. So Aquarius are the reverse. We actually are the reverse. We'd be like, so when I call Ro and twin and say something, if I call one of my sisters, it looks completely different than by the time it comes out in the real situation. I have learned very quickly, and I think working from home helps and all of those things. But and also having a nonprofit, I have something attached to my name that if I allow myself to fail, that goes under with it. And that goes back to the bigger picture of having an obligation to more than just myself. Everything that we do, everything that Juneteenth is about, we have work to do. We have a job to do. And being angry or popping off is not going to get me to what I need. However, I have perfected cutting you off at the knees without even using big words, without even using a cuss word, by simply putting you back in front of your face. For example, if somebody is an elder and they say something out of line, I'll let them know real quick. Aren't you an elder? Shouldn't you be kinder? Shouldn't you speak to people a little more appropriately? I'm disappointed in you. And I'll walk away.
Oh yeah. See, God needs to work on me a little bit better still. Because now I'm like, you old, so you should know better.
Well, to me, that's not even bad. Unfortunately, it depends on how bad what they say is. But the thing is, I'm not ever going to make it so that, look, last thing I'm going to say, and we have too many opportunities for people to record now and all of these things. So the way that my brain works, if I say something and it could take me under, I'm probably that mad and I'm going to ride out that mad. Because we already know I done said some stuff to some people and I'll be like, oh, I meant exactly what I said. Even when I'm calm. Oh, yeah, I can understand how that would hurt your feelings. No, I meant what I said.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't say it any different.
I don't take it back. I don't
take it back. I don't take it back. I meant it, and I probably should have went in even more.
Like, you lucky I didn't say what I really wanted to say.
That was the mild version.
See, that was the version. Because my mom told me I need to work on my mouth. She was like, your mouth is something else, Rashonda.
My mom say that too, because that's how I talk to her when I say it. My cousin is on here right now. One of the executive board members for Divine Purpose. Sometimes I have to cut the record. Sometimes when I call her, I'm screaming at the top of my lungs and every other word is a cuss word. And she just lets me get it out. Then after I get it out, she talks me through it and we recalibrate how to say it. Or after I get it out, I feel better. Yeah, that's why it's really important to find things that work for you.
That is true. And sometimes a lot of times if I talk about things,
she know it's true.
If I talk about things, I just need to talk about it, and then that does, with me, that'll help me feel better. Because if I don't talk about it, I know that I can act really.
You keep playing it in your head, Okay, I know this is coming, so when it comes, this. Yeah.
I've learned a lot of. I have learned a lot of ways to calm myself down. Even like going to the gym, in which I haven't been in a whole month, but I'm gonna start going back. Me going to the gym when I be really mad, it helps me a lot.
It does.
I
It
can just walk on
releases
the
dolphins.
treadmill. Yes, it helps so much. But I think it's once I got over 40, my tolerance went down a lot. Like, I just don't have time for people nowadays. And that includes work in your personal life. I don't have time for people being rude.
But it's so much worse now, Ro. People are crazy. People don't respond the way that they used to. Mine has actually gotten better. So the old me, I'm not proud of it, but the old me, before you know it, if you're talking to me crazy, I've been and grabbed you by your neck in real life. I've been and slapped the shit out of you in real life. Are those moments I'm proud of? No. Do I take them back? No. Because you did it to me. You did all of these things to me, and then I responded the way that you have to do so much to me, and I take so much from so many people that by the time it gets there, it's there. But now I have learned that because I could feel it, it literally makes my chest hurt. It makes my stomach hurt. I won't talk because I'm afraid if I talk, what I can't control coming out. And then once it starts, it's like a thing, like it's somebody on my radar right now. And I stay away from that person because that person is on my radar so tough that if they blink, breathe, roll their eyes, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. I don't have control in that space. That's why people saying, well, you made me do it or this or that. No, you know how you feel. So you're responsible for that. You're responsible for what situations you put yourself in. Some are avoidable, but if you avoid most of them and you do all of these practices, then if it does happen, people are more likely to be like, you must have really did something because this girl been trying. Or, I don't want that to be my image anymore, or it shouldn't be, because I haven't done anything in like 15 years, so it shouldn't be. But cuss you out, probably like 5. When did I get married? That's when that stopped. But yes, that is another reason why sisterhood is very important, because here's the best part. Okay, nobody understands you like your mirror. You are my mirror. My cousins are my mirror. Other Black women are my mirror. Each and every one, I could tell you something I've gotten from each and every one. And those are the things that you look at. In your adulthood, you still need to pull out the good things from people, just like we tell our kids to do. I don't care about the bad stuff that's happening. I probably can't tell you any of the gossip. So when I get into, quick caveat, I'm going to be getting into some of these denouncings and things like that from my own perspective and my feedback. It is going to be very interesting because it may be things happening, but I don't see it. I haven't experienced those things, but I ensure that I don't. Plus, I just don't think they're around me. But even if they were, I wouldn't know, because what are you doing to position yourself is also extremely important. You are not tied to your chapter or anything around you. If anything isn't working, just like a job, go to another one.
Right.
Where is your accountability? So that's what it is for me. Now, this honorary degree,
they need to stop.
That is so disrespectful. The honorary membership to stigma.
Like what? Whose did they take? They just took back P. Diddy's, his.
Well, there are certain things that people can take back. You could take back a membership. It's certain things you can be fired from. Let's just put it like that, because that image or what you did doesn't align. They can't have you attached at all.
It makes perfect sense, but if these people that I know they have taken a couple back, but we'll say his because it was the latest.
Mm-hmm.
He was doing all that stuff then. So y'all was just really giving it to him because he was giving y'all that money. Because he was already on that time and stuff back then, and you could see it. So that's what I'm saying. They need to quit giving it out like candy.
So I'll give the update as a talking point on our show on Thursday. If you could pay to get an honorary degree, I don't know if you can. I will look it up and I will ask. Yeah, I know exactly who I will ask. I'll ask somebody. But that's it for me tonight. I hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you to everybody whom I text that showed up in support of, because you appreciate education and understand what all of these things mean. And it's important to Black women. Even if you don't agree with something, it's still a way to say it. And we can still support each other. And we do have D9 present. We have collegiate members present. We have people without degrees that are speaking just as highly. And I want to thank So for real for that example of that Forbes article. That was a perfect correlation. That was perfect of how people can understand why that could be like that. People often understand if they can relate in their own world, but it's still not a reason to be mean unless you Sharee. Sorry, Sharee. If you mean out there, you're gonna get mean things back. She only did 35 posts on her Instagram. What kind of doctor does that? We're supposed to post 3 times a day.
No, you know they delete stuff all the time. They'll delete their whole profile and start over again. They do that all the time.
But if you have a good image, why do you need to do that? If you're doing the right things, why do you need to do that? We'll save that for another show. That's my opinion.
You sound like, girl, they do that all the time.
I didn't know. So what are your last words, Quinn?
We're giving out these honorary degrees. Stop
it. Just that simple.
Like, stop it. Y'all need to stop. Y'all need to stop. It's not fair to the people that have put in the hard work for it. If that's the case, then I want one.
Please save me my time. I don't want to go back to school at all, period, whatsoever, to get one. Just give me one. Hell, put my 4 degrees together and give me a doctorate. I've been in my field long enough, and I could make up amazing I could communicate the amazing accolades that I've had. They're amazing to me. I mean, if we could just coin things amazing, which I don't think nothing I've done is amazing yet. They're commendable, but to get an honorary degree, no, I haven't. Yeah, I think of great esteemed people when I think of that.
Make sure you check and see if you could pay to get it, or are they just reaching out to these people? Because I swear to God, I think that these people is paying for it.
Or they're leveraging their celebrity, but she don't even have a big celebrity.
Exactly. So, that's what I'm saying. What is she doing?
We will check. We will check, and we will let you know on the next show. Where can we find you tomorrow, Rose?
Girl, I was about to say, can you find me tomorrow? But I'm going.
Why do you have to make this so hard for me? I'm not trying to make sure I always promote your show and every time.
Right. Okay, I'm going to be serious. You can find me tomorrow night on Talks to Rose at 8 o'clock. And we're going to do part 2. Well, it's not really part 2, but we're going to talk about men's mental health and all the stuff that's going on in their minds. Have an open mind about it.
Okay. Well, we'll see you tomorrow on that show. I bought my 1800 is ready, and my compression for my temple is ready, and I have an appointment to get a massage first, and I'm gonna take a bubble bath. I'm gonna be ready. Be calm. Be ready. So thank you for joining tonight, everybody. We hope to see you on our next show, either Thursday at 9 or next Tuesday. You can catch Rose and I at 8:10 p.m. Have a good night, and make sure you subscribe and like on the way out. Good night.